Lord.
0 to 100 real
Lord.
quick.
Know yourself. Know your work.
With expedience. He said real quick.
Expeditiously. With expedient.
My chemistry teacher in high school was this African dude named Mr. Juhu, and he'd be like, expeditiously, Mr. Obama. Expeditiously.
Oh,
Like
he
when
would
she
have
was
got
late
cut
for class.
up.
I loved him.
He was like running down the hallway.
Nah, because I never handed in homework.
Oh,
You
damn.
never.
He's like, where's your homework, boy? I'll beat you up. He was Nigerian. He used to be a boxer. He didn't play that.
Why you look at me?
Because you're Nigerian?
I know. I didn't know anything else to say right then.
WRCT 88.3. Welcome back to Off the Record every Tuesday here at 8 p.m.
Swag.
with this cavalcade of characters.
Oh, somebody's been listening to me recently. Right.
You know what I haven't been actually listening to recently?
Right.
It's I watched Martin one time in the past week, and I had to stay up late on like TV One or something to watch it.
Yeah, you're not fulfilling your black quota.
It's drastic right now. Oh, what's up?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? To see Gina's yellow bone with a big head, to hear
She
Martin
did,
crack
yeah.
on Pam's B2Bs. Then I switched to Nickelodeon. I saw Fresh Prince, Carlton doing his dance. Then I switched over to Living Single. Then I saw Moesha with the braids and the edges. Then I went to the Cosby Show.
Moesha with the
Man.
eyes like this far.
Yeah.
You talking about like you could throw a football between?
Oh, it's
Remember that one
good.
episode she went and got a tattoo?
Yeah.
Moesha. Man, that was the show with Brandy's brother.
It was.
I missed that show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Steve Harvey. I mean,
In the house.
in the house, a different world, hanging with Mr. Cooper, the Parkers.
Yeah, black sitcoms when we were growing up were amazing.
They were amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
they were
Family
great.
I mean,
Matters.
you even all that for a while had like 5 black people on
Yeah.
it and like 1 Hispanic and then Amanda Bynes.
And then Amanda Bynes, who went ham on Twitter last week, by the way.
She went crazy.
we need to pray for her.
Yeah.
She needs prayer.
But yeah, so that all brings up the point of where are they now? How come there isn't this like flood of black centric sitcoms anymore? What happened? Like, do we need them? Like, where'd they go? Why'd they go away?
Do we need them?
You know one thing I'll tell you? They kept me off the street.
Yeah.
One thing, because I wouldn't be chasing around. Well, I know I was doing that, but I wouldn't be chasing around so much. I wouldn't be out in the street acting a fool. I'll either be in a community center or I'll be in a crib watching these shows because they were entertaining. They grasped my attention. I remember sometime in the Cosby Show, they would have little lessons that you would learn.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And living single. In the Bernie Mac show, and Steve Harvey seeing his
the
shape,
Bernie
like
Mac
it was
show.
funny. It
Yeah.
kept me entertained, and it kept me off the street. And I was actually learning something in between. But right now, I don't blame these kids for being on the street because what they see on TV is like,
Is
yo,
what they emanate, what they imitate.
Yeah, but I mean, now I'm looking at it from a production emulate. I'm looking at it from a production standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint, right? Like, why is it that? I mean, obviously these studios aren't putting up these shows anymore. Maybe these shows aren't being written as often. There isn't as many of them as possible. But like I said before, I really think entertainment is such a copycat business that if 2 or 3 of those shows landed, you better believe it that there'll be a bunch more of those shows on multiple networks at competing times, all vying for those same dollars.
But something interesting that you said, are they not being written? Are shows not being written
Right.
specifically for the African American community anymore? Because something that, going back to what Jay said and trying to tie it in, is that when I see those people on those shows and I see like, I hate to say those like black isms, like things that happen in black. I'm like, oh, that's relatable. I could relate to it. I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that my mom said to me, which is why she didn't enjoy Game of Thrones so much, she's like, I don't understand a show that doesn't display people that look like me, that don't display black people in it, And so like there might be some kind of connection between, if there were some kind of sitcoms, they can guide the kind of show the youth that there's a different family side, or they do kind of emulate what's on TV. And I feel like we were all right because we had all these families on TVs and we saw
I was
different
trying to
family
be like the
dynamics,
Cosbys
right?
and being a Fresh
And, like,
Prince. I want an
everybody-
uncle to come
Right.
adopt my man.
But there are
I
some
was
black
hungry.
kids that don't live with their parents. They live with their aunt and their uncle,
Right.
right? And everybody
Make
loves
you
Chris.
feel
You had
good.
that cheap parent,
Yep.
right?
I know
And
about that.
The Cosby Show, you have the funny dad, and then you got like it was super relatable.
I think, I definitely feel you on that, but part of it I think is the black experience in terms of entertainment is fragmented. It's not.
Oh, of course.
It's not so streamlined that the majority of the community is entertained by specific shows. I think we've had a lot of change in that, obviously with the advent of the internet, and then other forms of TV outside the sitcom, which we'll get to in a second,
Of course.
which are now just the driving force behind what is quote unquote black entertainment on television specifically. That's definitely changed.
It's tough to swallow though, because as a young black man, I want to see people like myself on TV,
Right.
not just in these roles where it's you got Youngberg fighting with an armadillo. You know what I mean? Like you got Ray J dealing with two squirrels, and
I
it's
hit it
just
first.
it's it's like is this all it is? And then I
Right.
switch over and then I see the Cosby, and I'm not saying they have to completely emulate it, but where has it gone? Like it was the era of so many shows, and now it's just emaciated. The TV doesn't have anything to give,
Right.
and I know people are asking for it because everybody in our generation always, man, yo, you go on Twitter, yo, Fresh Prince is on, everybody's watching it.
That's true. That is very true.
Everybody's watching.
Now, I think I know the main downfall in terms of what things have replaced it, and that's been reality TV. And the reality TV shows are they so dominate the black entertainment now, between all the Real Housewives shows and the Basketball Wives or Basketball Side Joints and Football Mistresses or whatever these shows are, Love and Hip Hop Denver, like all these shows. That's what really is driving the force now. So that is what all the production money is going to. And remember, these shows are slightly scripted, if not overtly scripted.
Yeah.
So has this replaced our traditional black sitcom? Is that what's happened?
I don't know if it just replaced like the traditional black sitcom. I think it replaced TV in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you look at VH1 or you look at MTV or you even look at BET, when we used to turn on those TV channels, like they would play like, I'm just using it as an example.
Right.
They would play music videos all day long. And now all day long, it's either reality TV, talk show, reruns of whatever it is. I think reality TV is what entertainment is now because I'm just thinking.
I don't think solely. I don't think so.
No,
I think it's a huge portion of what is entertainment. I don't think it's solely that.
No, I don't think it's solely that,
Right.
but I do think it's a majority of television.
Gotcha.
Or we're like in the lives of people, or we're following around the Kardashians, or we're following around Deion Sanders, who has his own show now,
Or so we think.
or so we think.
You know what I mean?
And it's like we just want to be. We want to. I don't know. It's like we want to be in the personal lives of people, or we want to be in drama. But when I watch the Cosby Show, they talk about going to college and they talk about,
Right.
It's important to
Different
love your
world.
wife. Like the different world. Like they had themes.
But
And
here's
I don't know if I don't see
The
anything with a theme.
theme.
What am I walking away from when I'm done watching Love and Hip Hop? My brain is
What
oozing
not
out of
to
my
do.
ears.
What
Right.
not to do.
But here's the thing. I mean, I was about to say one can argue there is a theme there, right? Like if you watch these like Basketball Wives, especially one had the joint that got headbutted. What's her name? Evelyn Lozado, Shaq's ex-wife. Sorry, but these people. I mean, there's a recurring theme there with those people, right?
Right. I guess so.
They were with this guy who's this basketball player, and then he was out on the road and he did his thing, and then now you're by yourself, or
Right.
by yourself is kind of loaded. Now you are no longer with him, right?
yourself.
By yourself. Well, cuffing season right around the corner, shawty.
Keep calling, I ain't picking up.
But that's what you have happening, and that's what that's a theme, right? I don't think this is going anywhere. I think like once Survivor and all those things hit, back when we were a little younger, that was its own thing. But then the Kardashian thing hit, and these Basketball Wives shows, and
so it's waves.
hockey side pieces, all these things came about.
Hockey side.
But I think I do think it culturally. Sorry,
The clowns.
I think culturally it's replaced the black sitcom.
Yes.
I mean,
Forever?
no, I'm
Just the
not
black sitcom, because you have like Married with Children, you had Roseanne. you
touche.
had
True,
you
true.
had other
the solid
sitcoms. Like
Right.
you had solid
yo.
sitcoms that some of us might have watched. I know I watched Married with Children a couple of times.
I love that show.
And there
The
was
Bundys. That was
the
a great
Bundys,
show.
yeah, like
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, Friends.
Yeah.
I
You
did
know what I'm
watch
saying?
Friends, yo.
I think it replaced
So
sitcoms,
Right.
is
in
lit.
general. And that's what I'm saying. Is there a need for those life lessons? This is what
Yes.
might happen in your life. Like I think it's important for those things for the audience to feel relatable.
But that's why they're called situational, like sitcoms, right? They're supposed to show these
Situation,
situations that anybody can go through, or anybody can kind of imagine, even if it's not directly your experience.
Right.
And then you can find the humor in that. That's why a show like Seinfeld is so brilliant.
That's why, like, when I watch the Kardashians and she's like, oh my God, I have to plan this gala and my life is so hard right now.
Right.
And I'm just so busy. And I can't relate to that.
Yeah,
No.
people
I can't-
still watch it.
I can't
though.
relate to you wearing Oscar de la Renta, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I can't relate to you
But-
wearing that.
I mean, people are fascinated because there's an obsession with that life and with those particular individuals that we feel like we can know so much about them. What another thing that's changed though. So we have the reality TV, we have the lack of sitcoms, but then like black roles in dramas
Oh, of
I'll-
course.
are different now. Especially when it comes to black women in dramas.
Oh,
I already know who you about to go with, Mrs. Soup Cooler. That's Bay.
Well, you know, Bae with
That's
the Cooler Soup.
Coolette
Cooler
Soup.
Soup, Miss Olivia Pope in Scandal, right? And then you have Viola Davis
on How to
Time
Get
Out.
Away with
in
Murder.
how to Get Away with murking people. That's what they should have named. that
Nah,
show.
she murked her edges.
Did you
her
see her take
eyebrows.
off her wig?
Nah, I
Nah,
wasn't
it
ready.
She
was
was
real.
on-
I put my black fist up, you know what I mean, for my sisters. You know,
She,
it,
like-
it was hard to take, but I was like,
took
you go, girl.
She took her wig off
Right,
and then she just wiped all her makeup off on TV.
really.
That was to
So
me
she was
as a-
actually bald, or was that fake?
No, she has short hair in real
She
life.
does have short
She
hair.
has natural hair in real life, but she took off her makeup.
That's cool.
Like her eyebrows came
Oh,
off.
shit.
That is not so bueno.
You know,
Many
so
people
the-
don't even know you have eyebrows until
Right.
you like take them off.
So
Did you
it's
have
funny
eyebrows?
that you bring up TGIT. Right?
Right.
Thank God it's Thursday because ABC has brought on this resurgence of black in sitcoms, right?
Well, I mean,
They-
Shonda Rhimes has, and ABC is front of her.
So
Right.
she's a
Well,
spearhead.
now they
ABC
have-
is giving her that platform.
Well, now
right?
they have Blackish.
Yes. Oh, I
right?
want to talk about
Okay,
that show.
so then you have Blackish, and then two women on your two lead women on your show are African American, and then you have Grey's Anatomy, which is just like an influx of different ethnicities and multicultural. So it's like interesting.
I like. Okay, now Blackish is now that's a sitcom, right?
Yeah, I
And
like
this has been some criticism. I have a friend of mine who's a writer producer type, and she is not a fan of the show.
Yeah.
I like the show. I think it's humorous in the situations where it's trying to show the struggles of somebody who's trying to form the identity of a black family in the non-traditional upper middle class, maybe not black sense.
Right.
I do like that. I think that's a great premise. I mean, I'm not always gonna like what they go with it. I know the little girl on that show. I think some of her lines are way too sassy and unnecessarily so.
So cute though.
And I think the light skinned boy is too Drake-ish.
Why you
But-
point at me? Why did you point at me?
Because you are apparently the light skinned wonder of the world, as you like to say.
apparently
Apparently.
better recognize.
But I do think that like specifically Blackish, we're gonna have a lot more shows when it comes to the black experience, because that's what the sitcoms have always showed, right?
Right.
And shows like Blackish are gonna become not the norm, but there's gonna be more of them. Meaning that more of the shows are gonna be showing the African American experience trying to form and change as to what is available now for the community or different parts of the community.
Now let me give you something to chew on. Let me ask you something. Do you think that there was an influx or a high number of African American sitcoms back in the day because they were still breaking through the mold in terms of the color lines? Like, for example, when the Cosby Show came out, people didn't think it was pragmatic. It was really pragmatic because you have a doctor and a lawyer and successful family and 5 black kids. You know what I'm saying?
point, great
And then
point.
after the
Different
Cosby
world,
Show, a
college,
different
all
world.
that.
After a different world, you know, there was just this, do you think it's because they were breaking through the mold that they really put themselves out there? It's a certain part.
Partly because the whole premise of it was to push them to a higher plateau. So you had different world. You had the Cosbys. You even had Moesha, where it was showing a father owning a Saturn company and stuff like that. Is like,
Right.
Frank, you do that? Nah, don't you work at Home Depot? Nah, I own this. And it also had the show completely about them, completely about them. Now, if we transition right now, we sometimes. You either have one black person that has the top role and then it's filtered down and it
Right.
waters down, or the show is not primarily based on an African American family or
Right.
sitcom. So it's kind of just before we had to break through that glass ceiling. Now that we have a little
The
bit more
specs of
space,
it.
now you'll see more spec and you'll see more black actors
Right.
take the lead role. And more writers may not just focus on a black family or a black situation, because right now it may not be prominent to see, oh my goodness, a black family
Right.
that's not, working here and here, like it's a doctor and a lawyer, but it's like, oh, that's Olivia Pope. She worked for the president. I could see that.
Right.
I could see that. Oh, that's that's Viola that she's doing. I can see that.
They make it pragmatic,
it's
just realistic, just enough.
Just enough. I mean, if you also want to look at black entertainment, I mean, what the television channel is supposed to be, is its own thing. I don't necessarily think that is wholly representative, but we're always gonna have stuff like that. We're gonna have a surge, and then it's gonna fall back, and then it's gonna crest, and then it's gonna come back. I don't necessarily know why.
What's next?
Huh?
What's next on our list?
It'll come back up.
I do think we're gonna come back. We're gonna have a resurgence of black-centric sitcoms. I do believe that's gonna happen. Where and what the premises are gonna be, I don't know. I can't give you that.
Yeah.
Blackish seems to be the spearheader for all of it.
No, you know what I think needs to happen, and then
people off
I'll say this, and then we'll get into a break. Like the whole Netflix, Hulu phenomenon of how things are being put together now. I think we'll get, like, not we as in specifically, but it will happen that way. I don't know if it will happen on network TV. Network TV is kind of taking a nosedive to begin with,
Yeah.
and stuff like Netflix and HBO Go, and that's what's really driving TV. Well, what we consider TV, but series, miniseries, things like that. You know?
Shout out to Netflix. You always there for me, yo.
I want to say shout out to ABC because when I turn on my TV, I like to see other people that look like me. No,
Word.
seriously, I
No
really,
doubt,
really
no
do.
doubt.
And
I mean, outside of WorldStar and ThisIs50.com.
pretty much,
Oh,
or
Lord,
whatever
have
they do on
mercy.
Snoop Dogg's network. I like to see
GNN.
myself on TV.
Right.
Like, and it's important. Kids need
In positive roles.
it's just important. It
All
really is.
So, I mean, I agree with all that. So this is what we'll do. We'll go into a break, and then we'll come back, and what we're going to do next again?
Women
got some-
rappers.
The lack thereof of in the women rap game competition-wise. So thank you, everybody, for listening, tuning into the segment. We'll be right back on WRCT 88.3 FM, Off the Record. We'll be back in a second.
Tonight, you will be moved.